You're listening to Empyrion's podcast, Benefits and Beyond. This podcast is a collaborative production involving both artificial intelligence and human creators, blending machine-generated and human-curated content.
Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hello.
This is where we take source material, articles, research, whatever we've got, and really dig into it.
Yeah, we try to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, the key insights, basically give you a shortcut to getting up to speed.
We go beyond just the summary, looking for those maybe surprising facts or the aha moments.
Exactly.
And for this deep dive, we're tackling something, pretty relevant to most working folks. Employee benefits. Specifically, how organizations can actually improve getting employees, like you, to understand and, crucially, enroll in the benefits they offer. It sounds simple, but it's really not.
It's surprisingly complex, and our main source here is an article called Improving Employee Benefit Enrollment. It's got some good data and, importantly, some actionable steps.
Right. So our mission today is really to unpack the 6 specific ways this article identifies for boosting enrollment. We want to pull out the core ideas, the practical stuff, so you can see what actually moves the needle here.
And there are some fascinating findings in the data they present. Some pretty surprising generational differences in what people prioritize.
Yeah, and some enrollment rates that are maybe lower than you'd expect for certain benefits.
Definitely eye-opening in parts.
So get ready. We're aiming to guide you through the roadmap this source lays out, focusing on clear takeaways and how these steps could potentially change, even your own experience with benefits. Let's get into it.
Okay, so what's really useful about this source, I think, is how it connects the data directly to things employers can actually do. It's not just pointing out problems.
It offers solutions based on, what they're seeing in terms of enrollment and what employees say they prefer.
Exactly. And one of the first big areas it flags is non-traditional benefits.
Okay, so what falls under that? Like pet insurance?
Yeah, pet insurance, identity theft protection, maybe legal services, things that aren't your standard health or retirement plans. The article points out these are getting more popular, especially with younger employees.
Right, and it has data.
It does. Pretty strong enrollment, actually. It shows 47% for Gen Z, 51% for millennials, 50% for Gen X, and 49% for boomers. So decent numbers across the board.
Huh. Pretty consistent there. So even though the numbers are good?
Well, the article suggests maybe they're still not fully understood in terms of how they fit into your bigger financial picture.
Okay. So the takeaway isn't just offer cool stuff.
Right. It's about making the communication really clear, highlighting the value proposition, making it feel personal to you.
So tailoring that message is key then. Showing how pet insurance isn't just a perk, but it actually helps your financial stability if your dog gets sick.
Exactly. Or how identity theft protection safeguards your future plans. Connecting it to concrete value helps people see past just, another line item on the benefits list.
Okay, that makes sense. So shifting gears a bit, what about financial benefits? The source mentions HSAs and HRAs specifically. Health savings accounts, health reimbursement arrangements.
Yes. Now, these are popular generally speaking, but the data here shows a really distinct age difference in who's actually signing up.
Oh.
They're very popular with older employees, but participation is, noticeably lower among the younger generations.
Get numbers on that.
Yep. For HSAs, boomers are at 84% enrollment, Gen X at 83%, really high.
Wow.
But then it dips. Millennials are at 78%, and Gen Z drops down to 65%.
65, that's a significant drop.
It really is. And the source kind of digs into why that might be. The thinking is younger employees maybe don't fully grasp the long-term financial advantages yet.
So the communication needs to change.
It suggests focusing less on the acronyms, HSA, HRA, and more on the actual benefit, explaining the tax breaks, the savings potential over time, how it fits into financial wellness.
Right. So it's less, here's an HSA, and more like, here's a tool that could potentially save you significant money on healthcare costs, both now and way down the line, and it grows tax-free, something like that.
Yeah, precisely. Maybe using clear examples, linking to simple calculators, offering quick workshops, things that bridge that understanding gap the article points to.
Making it tangible for their own financial journey.
Okay.
Let's look at core benefits now. The source mentions disability insurance, short-term and long-term.
Right. These seem pretty fundamental.
Yeah, you'd think. And the article does confirm, consistently high enrollment rates here. Short-term disability, for example, it's like 72% for Gen Z, 80% for millennials, 82% for both Gen X and boomers. strong numbers.
They really are,
Yeah.
which clearly shows people understand the basic need for income protection if they can't work due to illness or injury.
So if enrollment is high, why focus on it?
Well, the source makes a good point. Even with high enrollment, it emphasizes that continued, clear communication is still really important.
Why? If people are already signing up.
Because signing up doesn't always equal deep understanding, right? The
Yeah.
goal is making sure everyone, all the time, knows exactly how these benefits protect their income during, tough, unexpected times.
Oh, I see.
Using simple scenarios, clear process explanations, gentle reminders, it ensures that when someone actually needs the benefit, they get how it works. You don't want them figuring out their disability coverage for the first time when they're stressed and trying to file a claim.
That's a really good point. It's about proactive understanding, not reactive scrambling.
Okay.
Area number 4, the article talks about wellness programs.
Right. And this is interesting. Wellness programs consistently rank in the top 10 most valued benefits across all generations, according to the data.
That's significant, and the enrollment numbers back that up.
They do. 66% for Gen Z, 70% for millennials, 74% for Gen X, and 76% for boomers. Pretty solid engagement all around.
So what's the recommendation here then?
The source suggests comprehensive promotion, really showcasing the full range of what's offered. It's not just gym discounts, right? It's often mental health support, nutrition resources, maybe financial wellness tools are bundled in. Everything.
And again, tailoring it.
Exactly. Tailoring the communication to highlight the parts most relevant to different groups, linking it to their specific health goals, that can push engagement even higher.
Okay. Now this next one, point 5, is where the article says we see some surprising data. It focuses on benefits that offer pretty significant protection, but are often lesser known or less utilized.
Yeah, specifically things like critical illness insurance and hospital indemnity insurance.
What do those do exactly?
They're designed to give you cash directly during major health events. It's money to help cover costs that your regular medical insurance might not, like deductibles, travel, or even lost income. But the data suggests a lot of employees just aren't aware of how valuable these can be or how they work alongside their main health plan.
And the enrollment rates show this.
They really do. The article points out critical illness enrollment is, well, quite low compared to disability, just 34% for Gen X, 29% for boomers.
Oof. And hospital indemnity.
Even lower, it drops down to 21% for boomers, much lower than those core benefits or even the non-traditional ones we started with.
Wow. So there's a big gap here.
A definite gap.
Yeah.
And the source identifies this as needing active, targeted education. It suggests using relatable examples, maybe simple cost comparisons, to show how these policies can genuinely soften the financial blow of a serious illness or a hospital stay.
So without that clear explanation of the personal financial risk and how this helps, people just kind of skip over them during enrollment.
It seems that way. They just don't see the immediate connection or necessity.
Okay, so putting a lot of this together, it feels like the big theme, and maybe this is the final point, number 6, is tailoring communication based on what different groups actually prefer.
You nailed it. The article really hammers this home. The data shows these clear generational preferences again and again.
Like what?
Well, like we touched on, millennials and Gen X show stronger interest in those financial benefits like HSAs. Gen Z seems more interested in lifestyle-oriented benefits like that pet insurance we mentioned earlier.
And the article presents this not just as an observation, but as like the core strategy.
Exactly. It's positioned as the key insight for actually driving engagement and boosting enrollment numbers. Developing communication strategies that speak the language of the benefit that resonates most with a specific group. That's presented as the crucial step.
Personalized messaging, essentially.
Yes. Making sure employees know about and connect with the benefits that matter most to them personally at their current stage of life. That's what drives higher enrollment, better usage, and ultimately more satisfaction. The big takeaway from the source is effective communication just isn't one size fits all.
It's about meeting people where they are.
Right. Understanding their life stage, their money worries, their health priorities, and showing them clearly how the benefits package genuinely supports their well-being and their future.
Okay, so let's distill this down. What does this all mean for you, the listener, based on this deep dive into the source material?
Well, according to this article, improving benefit enrollment really isn't just about having a long list of options. It's much more about smart, targeted communication.
Communication that connects the dots for people.
Precisely. Connecting benefits directly to employees' personal lives, their financial security, and doing it based on actual data about what different groups need and prefer.
So the source essentially gives us a roadmap. backed by data, it says. Tailor your communication, not just for different types of benefits,
Yeah.
the non-traditional financial, core, wellness, and those lesser-known ones.
But crucially, tailor it based on those generational preferences the data highlights so clearly.
Yeah. It provides practical steps grounded in those specific enrollment numbers for different demographics. It gives employers a real foundation for understanding why things resonate differently and how to talk about their value effectively.
It's a solid framework.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to chew on. Building directly from what this source showed us, if tailoring communication based on these specific generational preferences and the perceived value of different benefits is so key for enrollment, as this article argues, where else? Where else in the employee experience, or maybe even the customer experience, could this level of personalized understanding make a really big impact?
That's interesting.
How could understanding these specific data points about what different groups value change how you approach communicating, well, any kind of important information?
Definitely something to think about.
Indeed. That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and follow us on LinkedIn. We'll be back with more great content in our next episode.